After seeming nearly unbeatable early, Eli Tomac inexplicably ended up 5th in Tampa, while Cooper Webb exploded back into the championship picture. The other contenders have had their ups and downs as well. But did these mercurial trends persist in Oakland? Today I will come to summarize the results of the competition. And let's talk about the events that happened in the Oakland Supercross. In 450 class, Chase Sexton holeshot this one, with all the heavy hitters in tow. Cooper Webb, Eli Tomac, Ken Rosen, and Jason Anderson were all bunched behind Sexton on the first lap. Tomac quickly knifed by Webb and put his head down to go after Sexton, and it wasn't long before the two started getting away from the pack. Sexton maintained about 2 seconds on Tomac, and there didn't seem to be anything Tomac could do to cut into the gap during the opening stages. When Sexton and Tomac were running 1 and 2, it was the battle for the points lead, as the pair, at the time, were only separated by 2 points, which meant whoever won would take ownership of the red plate. Aaron Plessinger was looking great. He'd gotten past Roxanne and was going after Anderson for 4th. It took Plessinger a while, but at roughly the halfway mark he had gotten close enough to start applying real pressure to Anderson. He didn't need to though, because Anderson went down on his own. When he remounted, Justin Barcia bobbled slightly and missed a rhythm, which gave Anderson some breathing room. The two then came up on Roxanne, and Anderson was able to get around him quicker than Barcia. After that point the battle between these two was over. Back up front it was starting to look like Sexton had this one in hand. Tomac not only wasn't able to close the gap on him, but Sexton had stretched it out to 5 seconds and was riding smooth and in control. Sexton made a mistake right after the finish line, cased a jump, and spun in. He got going again, but not before Tomac had taken advantage and squirted away with the lead. Now instead of leading by 5 seconds, he trailed the leader by 6 seconds. Even worse, Sexton no longer looked very comfortable and Webb could smell blood in the water. Webb latched onto Sexton and wouldn't let go. Then, right before the finish line, Webb dove ahead of Sexton, sealed him off, and roosted away with the lead. The fireworks really started about a lap later, when Tomac made a mistake and got tangled with a tough block, which allowed Webb to close the gap to about 2 seconds, and closing fast. On the final lap Webb was all over Tomac, but Tomac was able to hold on, beating Webb by 0.881 seconds, in a thrilling finish. It was good for Tomac in the record book as well, as this win tied him 3rd on the all-time Supercross win list with Ricky Carmichael in the Premier class at 48. Sexton didn't echo the sentiment, saying the only thing he's thinking about is trying to win the race, and that he wasn't even quite sure what happened when he crashed. But then, as we've seen too many times already in 6 rounds in 2023, Sexton made a mistake, crashed, and handed the win to Tomac and Webb. As Webb, who is so strong late, got his hooks in Sexton, stalked, and pounced, taking over 2nd place. Points accumulated for the 2023 season. Past 6 races. Eli Tomac of Monster Energy Yamaha is 7 points ahead of Cooper Webb of Red Bull KTM. And Chase Sexton of Honda HRC is also 7 points. The next race will be held in Arlington, Texas. How the competition will go we'll have to watch carefully. And see you again next clip. Hello.